Down the line here in Kent, at the village of East Farley, there's a station with a difference. Commuters here are on velvet. Their early morning yawn, their daily flog up to London, are soothed and smooth at their railway station. The station with the personal touch.
Good morning. This is Spud here. It's time to get up. I'm sorry to disturb you, but the reality is you asked me to give you a call.
The person with the personal touch is the man in charge at the station, leading railwayman Spud Murphy. When he's checked that his sleepier customers are awake, he lights the waiting room fire to be ready for them and chalks up his own rhyming version of the day's news. If in the struggle to wake up a commuter forgot to put on a tie, as sometimes happens in East Farley, Mr. Murphy has one waiting for him at the station. There's a comb if he needs it too, and spare shoelaces, and their preferred morning paper. With 4 minutes to go to the 7:29, there's still time to choose something to read from the free exchange library set up by Mr. Murphy. The cosseted commuters relax in Mr. Murphy's waiting room, almost as cosy as at home. One man arrives late. He's had to leave his car on the wrong side of the level crossing. No problem, Mr. Murphy will park it for him later.
It's a pity that the rest of British Rail can't be like the Spud. He won't let you forget anything. He calls early in the morning. He's been in trouble a couple of times for making tea for passengers. People like Spud make the world beautiful, really.
I used to travel around different stations, covering chaps, and as I went from station to station, I learnt what each chap done for the public. Every porter does something different for the public in his own particular sphere. And all these things came to me and were stored away. And when I came to Farley, they were just what everybody else had done and turned into one thing which somehow would capture the public's imagination.
But you do all these things, all the things that you've seen individual railwaymen doing, you do the whole lot. Why? I mean, it's much more than your job requires of you.
Well, the point is this, if you do a little thing for somebody, then that person will do a favour for somebody else. And it's the tiny things, like a box of matches in the morning, or light somebody's fag, it's the tiny things that bring about that chap doing something for somebody else, and it goes on, and perhaps at the end of the day, who knows, somebody has really been made happy from your tiny action.
Do you ever find, though, that doing all this work that is extra to your required work, that you don't really get any time for yourself?
Well, I don't know how you feel about this, Gov, but I don't really matter, do I? I must say I'm just me. Nobody takes any notice of Spud, so therefore I can get away with it.
As the time approaches for the 8:04, the bowler hats begin to appear. Spud changes character subtly and becomes gentleman's gentleman to East Farley.
Men of straw in the building industry. 9 letters.
Men of straw in the building industry. That's a tricky one, sounds something like a scarecrow.
What do you think of the service at this railway station?
I think it's absolutely first class. We have a chap here called Spud Murphy, as you probably know. And I understand he's increased the turnover about threefold in the past 5 years. And I don't wonder. If we had more blokes like that in industry, we should be in a better nick today.
As another load of Spud Murphy's pampered passengers heads for London, the Jeeves of British Rail goes off shift. What do British Rail think of their man Murphy? Well, they've given him prizes for some of his ideas, but when he started serving free hot drinks to his passengers, they drew the line. That, British Rail believes, is not the way to run a railway.